Have you ever think about that owning your company? Have you ever think
Yeah,
about
of
this?
course, yeah.
So you need to do MBA.
All these departments shifting their career to studying MBA because they want to do something with management, like industry and this field. And
They don't have to shame their faults, their mistakes, and they need to learn from them, and they need to leave their comfort zone, and they need to make peace with their failings.
and their personality also, right? Yeah. Hello everyone, welcome to our podcast program. Today we're honored by the company of Mrs. Elif Çağlar from Culture University. So we're going to know a little bit about her experience as a student in Turkey, and also we're getting to know more about Culture University. So hello Mrs. Elif, how are you?
Hello, Ömer. I'm fine.
Hello.
How
Welcome.
are you?
Thanks for coming and thanks
Yeah,
for accepting the
it's a
invitation.
great joy to be in here. Thank you for having me in here.
Thank you. We're honored as well that you are with us in this episode. So in this part, we want to know a little bit more about you. So where did you study, which university, and what department did you study in the university?
I studied in the Istanbul University, in archaeology and the fine arts, but the decision making was really hard for me because some people born with their, ideas, what will they do in their future life. But I was never that kid. I was always influencing something, even that I watch from TV. Someday I want to be Indiana Jones, archaeologist. Someday I want to be a singer. I was like that. That's why I couldn't decide. In that time period, I wanted to be an archaeologist, and I'm really interested in fine arts still. I am. I've chosen archaeology and fine arts in Istanbul University.
And also, because choosing like archaeology as a department to study in the university, I may met you're the first person that I'm meeting that's studied this department in their life. Yeah,
it's unique. It's
yes.
unique. Actually, it's not giving the value in Turkey these days, but it's very valuable department to choose. But even I couldn't do this too, because while I was studying, I need to work, in that conditions. I need to work, I gotta work. That's why I started to work in Bahçeşehir University, and starting with another university working, and I saw that, I'm going well. And I keep going, working with the Bahçeşehir University, and I graduated from Istanbul University, but I didn't do any, excavation or else.
Okay.
But I still watch all the documentaries about
about archaeology.
Yes, about
you are
archaeology.
passionate about it,
yes,
but you didn't have
I
the
am.
chance to
But I
work
have
in
a
the
lot
field.
of another passion thing. I define myself a generalist. Have you heard about this?
Generalist,
Yes,
yeah.
I'm
I was curious about everything and have
yes,
to know
exactly. A little
everything and
bit of
everything.
everything.
Yeah, there is a quote for Jamil Mad, I think, where he was saying something about little into the middle.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Jamil Maz. Yeah,
having
exactly.
having a little of everything in the same
Yes,
dish. And,
it's being a generalist.
Okay.
In the business life, it's very important to be a generalist because you will be aware for everything, new technology, new art things, or the science. So it's a great benefit for a human being.
Okay, but don't you think that it is a little bit confusing about finding the
to
something,
be, for
one
example,
something you have to know everything about one something to be special in it, and to know a little bit about everything
it's
else.
better. Being specialist always wins you more, because if you are specialist for something, if you are the one for that job, it means that they will pay you a lot. If you are the one for something, they will chase you.
Yes.
That's why being specialist is more beneficial.
Yeah, I think so, because like the world is developing right now, and we are in the century of industry 4.0, and right now everyone is looking for someone who is specialized in some specific thing in the project, to like have the more experience in this project, to do the job well than the other people. And like being a journalist, I don't know, in this time, in these days, I don't know, is it like effective as it was before or not? I have no idea about this.
Being generalist is benefit, has some benefit in the social life. For example, if I sit at table with anyone, in the world, anyone, I can talk for hours, because I will find some mutual things to talk.
Yeah, okay.
But in the business life, it's a tricky one.
Yeah, it's a problem. Yeah, of course. Okay, and after let's talk about your university life. Okay. So how was you as a student? Were you like a social one then?
Yeah, I was the social one.
Okay.
I was the social one. But with the work life and the balancing the studying life, it's a little bit difficult. And after I started to work in Bahçeşehir University, I decided to do MBA, because MBA, Master of Business Administration, it's multidisciplinary program. So it doesn't look at your background. It doesn't matter that you are graduated from archaeology, even medicine. It's a very welcoming program.
Yeah.
And I did my MBA in Bahçeşehir University in 2018.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people, like after graduating from medicine or engineering or even like economics and all these departments, shifting their career to studying MBA because they want to do something with management, like industry and this field, and have to be like an SEO or manager in some company and everything. But as a person who studied MBA in the university, do you think that this is really like matters? Does this affects your CV and your professional life? Positively?
It's really I really recommend everyone to do MBA, no matter their program is, because it gains you to do half to business. Everyone studying some program to get a position in a business life, and MBA is teaching you business life and how it works. It's kind of leverage to the business life. It's a shortcut while you are studying MBA. For example, have you ever think about that owning your company? Have you ever think about this?
Course, yeah.
So you need to do MBA, because it will teach you how to create a brand, how to run a business, and it doesn't matter that which business is that. The business means MBA.
So does it teaching you some kind of project management skills and everything?
Yes, exactly. Strategic thinking. Yes, okay. Exactly. Process management, project management, and my favorite in the MBA, by the way, there were some specialities in the MBA as well. For example, finance and the management. I preferred marketing.
Oh, marketing.
Yes,
okay.
I like marketing.
What did you prefer marketing for studying?
Because it's more socialized and has a lot of creativity in it, and I like to think creative. That's why I choose marketing. And it's more alive than the finance department. That's why
of course.
I choose marketing. But I can implement everything that I've learned in my social life as well. For example, there is a SWOT analysis. Have you ever heard
SWOT
this?
Analysis?
Yes, exactly. If I, even a family situation, I can think like an MBA graduate, and I can do the SWOT analysis, and I can decide it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's helping decision making very easily.
Yeah, doing SWOT analysis, it helps the organization, and it also helps you as an individual as well.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. And about marketing, so I think marketing is important to every student to maybe they can study marketing on their own, or maybe they can study it as a department. But I think like personal branding, in terms of personal branding, and also in terms of understanding the social media and understanding the last developments in the industries, I think marketing is important. So
Yes.
do you have any advices for the students in terms of marketing? How can they like implement marketing in their life?
Yes, the students who will choose marketing departments, even their masters or their bachelor programs, they need to follow new trends, new technology, because now ChatGPT is even writing the marketing strategies in 20 minutes,
Yes.
in 2 minutes, and not 20 minutes. So they need to catch the new technology, new trends, and they need to implement marketing in their lives, even their own social media platforms, and they need to do the creative thinking, because they need to differentiate themselves from the others. They need to pay attention for the creative thinking.
Okay. So by creative thinking, like when we are doing some kind of brainstorming with the team, or when we like even think about what we can do in our lives, we have to link the creative thinking way. Do you have any like small brief about it? How can we like do it?
You need to read a lot, because reading is the most important thing to expand your vision, your perspective, and having that perspective will give you the chance to thinking out of the box. Brainstorming will give you a lot of perspective from other people, and it will provide you different
ideas to
ideas,
do
yes.
your project more
Mhm,
better too.
yes.
Mind mapping is also a helpful thing, as far as I know.
Mhm.
So okay, back to you, like your university life. You've said that you were a social person in the university. So were you like participating in different club, or did you had any time to hang out with your
Yes,
friends and
yes,
everything,
you
or
know,
you've said because you said that you were working in the university?
I was working, but before working, I was hanging out with my friends, and Istanbul is a really great city to live in and to study in. In the ancient times, my university
You
years.
keep saying
Yeah.
this, but you don't look
Yeah.
that old, so you don't have to say this.
Do I have to say my age?
No, of course. I think 18, no? No, I'm just kidding.
That's so sweet. I want to
Okay.
come here again.
Of course, we're waiting for you all time. Okay.
Studying in Istanbul is amazing, because it's a very cosmopolitan city. First of all, you can meet a lot of people from all over the world, not just Turkish people, but from all over the world. You can, just invite them to your desk, to your table, and probably you will gain a new friendship. And it's really great while you are studying, because you need this. You need to socialize to focus on your courses, and you need to feed your soul as well, and you need to socialize. That's why. And when I was in the university, Taksim was very famous,
Yeah.
and hanging out in there was really great for us, because you can find anything in there, and there are a lot of places that we hang out to. And
Okay, and also, do you like any other places in Istanbul? Like the places maybe beside the sea, the high places, like in the one in Üsküdar, like Çamlıca mountain, and like these kind of things?
Now, for example, these days I like calmer places, like for example Moda and Acıbadem.
Okay.
And Tuzla. I will move to Tuzla.
To Tuzla?
Okay. There are
like quiet places.
Quiet
to hang out
places to quiet places, more sophisticated places than the crowd places. And now I am more keen on the organizations, not concerts and the cinema, theaters,
Yeah.
not like this, but the more organization, the workshops and courses. I'm focused on my
Career also.
no, not
as well?
career.
No,
I am focused on my personal
Development.
personal development. So they're improving my social life.
So you are focusing right now to like more developing kind of
Yes.
courses and works,
Yes,
right?
improving my own abilities.
Okay.
I'm focusing my on my soul, even yoga, pilates, this kind of things.
Oh, great.
Yes, I'm focusing on my own these days.
Okay.
Mhm.
Do you think that the spiritual work is like affecting your life positively? Does people have
Yes,
like has to do this?
it provides me to think positively, and I'm more calm right now, and more clear mind. I have a more clear mind, and it affects my decisions, and and less anxiety in your life, because when I was young, I have a lot of anxiety for the job, for the living places, for my career and everything. But now I feel less anxiety.
Yeah, like more stable, more able
Yes.
to take make a
Yes.
decision in your
Mhm.
life. Okay. So, as far as I understand, you are like interested in the business development kind of things and courses and workshops and all of this.
Mhm.
So, do you think that the students have to gain a specific skills in their university life so they can like have more comfortable professional life after graduating?
They don't have to shame their faults, their mistakes, and they need to learn from them, and they need to leave their comfort zone, and they need to make peace with their failings.
And their personality
Mhm.
also, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
Being a student in Istanbul, because you studied in Istanbul University, so we want to know what is the advantages of being a student in Turkey or Istanbul generally.
They will never feel they alone in the city, and because they will find their friends who think like them. They will find it, and it's a great place to have a lot of opportunities even after they graduate, because there are a lot of job opportunities in Istanbul. And as a student, they will find a lot of events. They will find a lot of even free concerts and the games and singing areas, even
Yes.
karaoke, everything a student looks for, we have in Istanbul.
Every university has its own features. Every university has its own history. So we want to know more about Culture University. Can you tell us a brief about it?
As an international office specialist in Culture University, our university was established in 1997, one of the oldest private universities, and that's why we're well established. And also we are very accessible campus, very student-friendly campuses. We have 4 accessible campus in Ataköy, Yeni Bosna. So wherever our students live, they can reach the university very easily. And our academic staff is really famous and really strong team. Our academic staff is really strong and very famous in their own majors. And also we were helping our international students like fill their homes, because they're coming from other countries to here without their families. So we want to feel them like Istanbul is their home and we are their families.
Okay, great. And also, a lot of our students is like more curious about the life in the campus and how can they spend their day in your campus. So, can you tell us about the student experience in your campus?
As I mentioned before, it's very accessible campuses, and there are a lot of backyards for our students, cafes, Starbucks, and even the hairdressers in the university. And we have sports clubs, international student clubs, and dance clubs. You can find anything according to your hobbies. You can find a club in our university, and everyone is so welcoming. And we are doing orientation week for this, because when you enroll to a university, you don't know anything about the university environment,
University's facilities,
yes,
environment.
We're aiming to meet with seniors and the freshmen in the orientation week, so they can understand each other's, and they can guide them, and they can ask whatever they want, because they will give the inside feedback. So we are helping our new freshmen to adapt university in every way.
Okay, so it's more like a mentorship kind of thing, right? Where
Yes.
the senior can give information to the fresh one who
Yes.
is entered the
And
university.
also, you mentioned it, we are introducing the university facilities to them, so they don't feel like that they are in somewhere that they didn't know.
I've also heard about Culture University that it's making some kind of activities or events for the students. Can you give us more information about that?
Yes, International Day, for example, we held it last year, and was amazing. Seeing other countries' traditional clothes and amazing traditional cuisines, and even they perform.
So they are performing something from their cultures.
Their countries' music. Even they did rap. Everything. It was so great to be in that environment for us too, and for our students as well. And we are doing picnics. Our international club is very active.
So every student has his own place in the university, and his own place to hanging out in it and everything. So can you tell us more about the areas in the university that the students can hang out in?
According to me, backyard is my favorite place, and also for the students as well, because it's very flexible. There are basketball areas and the volleyball, and we have everything in our campus. And it's really great to chill in the backyard. I suggest all our students and future students visit us. And we have 21 academic centers for the university. Even, for example, the Distance Education Center. We solve the valuable thing. How valuable is the distance education in the pandemic, as you
Yes.
know. And even we have that center, and we have a lot of laboratories and the library, and we are holding famous events. Our international pianist is giving concert in our university. There are a lot of theater games and a lot of dancing events, and our students are always joining those events, and they are enriching their culture within the Culture University.
As you know, our students are getting confused about choosing the right department, so we have to know what kind of departments do you have as Culture University.
We have 8 faculties, 1 institute and 1 vocational school. And with our programs, there are fully English programs and fully Turkish programs. And our students can choose between them according to their language expertization. Our strongest faculties is a law program. Is very famous with the academic stuff and the academic curriculum. And our alumni are really famous with that area. And our engineering programs and our architecture program is very, very famous, both Turkey and internationally.
So there is a lot of universities in Turkey and in Istanbul and in all over the world. Maybe the students that they are watching us right now, maybe they are not even considering studying in Turkey, but we have to know what makes Culture University special. What differentiate Culture University other than the other universities?
We have the most accessible campus in Istanbul. It's really easy to get our university with Metrobus. It's next to Metrobus Yeni Bosna station. And also you're invited to our campus too. And we have really strong academic staff. And our course description, we have ECTS label. This is highly important because in the Turkey, there only 16 university has ECTS label. What is ECTS label? It's an accreditation from European Union, and we have over 300 bilateral agreements from all around the world. So if you start a Kültür University, you don't have to complete your education in Istanbul only. You can complete your education. You can go to the abroad for studying, for internship, for exchange programs. Also, we have Design Factory. It's really important for our students because they can make their dreams come true in that Design Factory. They can making their projects, their startups, and with the technology transfer office, they are meeting with the business professionals in their university life, because university is giving you, for example, Istanbul University is giving you only the technical knowledge while you are studying, but you need to mix it with the practical knowledge to
prepare yourself to after graduation life, of
yes,
course.
exactly. And if you can do this while you are studying, it's very important for you. And we are meeting our students with the business professionals, and they are running the project together. So that's really great opportunity to our students to gain the business life experience. To gain the business experience, it's really important our students to get the business life experience while they are studying.
So some of our students may be interested in some department which is only available in Turkish language in Turkey, in your school maybe, and learning or studying in department which is in different language other than their mother tongue may be difficult for them. Do you have any advice for them in terms of learning Turkish language?
Our prospective students don't think about the language. We can handle this. They need to focus the department they will choose. If they choose a Turkish department, if they choose a Turkish program, we can give them a Turkish preparatory school for a year. And if they choose a English program, and if they are not talking in English and academically, then we can give them 1 year English prep school as well.
And do you have any kind of advice that you can give the students to learn Turkish language? Or do you think Turkish language is hard to learn? How can they learn it?
For our students, they need to practice a lot. A language can be learned with the practice and by talking with the language. They need to find a lot of Turkish content they're interested in. They will help them to learn the language with the things that they like.
Okay. Do you have any recommendations in terms of content, like a series maybe that you like?
TV series.
Movie,
my favorite TV series, Ezel. Have you ever watched it? It's amazing.
I've heard about it.
Yes. It's Ezel, but it will be a little bit high, difficult for the beginners.
Okay.
And they can listen our songs, Tarkan, and our new, famous singers, and it will familiar.
They would be more familiar with the languages.
Yes.
Okay.
If they find the right content according to them.
Yes, of course. Let's imagine a student is watching us right now, and he or she is dreaming about studying a specific department, and this department is already exists in your university, in Kültür University, and they are wondering about how can they apply to the university. So can you tell us about the application period and the admission thing?
There are 3 easy steps to register our university. First is pre-application. Pre-application can be done by the agency's Turkey campus as well. And for the pre-application, the program is really important, because if you choose the bachelor program, you need to upload only your passport and high school diploma. If you choose a master program, then you need to upload your bachelor diploma, bachelor transcript, and your passport only. After we received your application, there's an evaluation committee and they will evaluate your documents. And if you're accepted for the program, we will be sending you a provisional letter. With that provisional letter, a student can make the deposit, can pay the deposit amount, and we will send them acceptance letter. With that acceptance letter, if they're out of the Turkey, they can apply student visa in their consulate. This is really important for our international students, because it will give our students very easiness to get the student visa and come here. And if they cannot, find anyone contact in the consulate, then we're helping them also. We are sending emails behalf of them.
To support the visa to get done?
Yes.
Okay.
After they came Istanbul, they need to finalize their registration process. They need to come to our office individually with the required documents, with the original documents, and we are finalizing their registration. And after that, after they register to our university, a day later, they can take a student paper and they can apply for the ikamet residency.
So in this episode, we've learned a lot of information about business, about MBA as well, about
personal
living
life.
in Istanbul, and also your personal life as well. So right now, I want you to imagine a student who is watching us right now and dreaming about studying abroad. And I want you to imagine Elif is watching us right now, and Elif didn't enter the university yet, and she is dreaming about studying abroad. So what kind of advice or what kind of message that you can tell her?
Okay, young Elif, how are you? You did some mistakes, don't ashamed from them. And for your life and for all of you, you need to, I was always the lost kids when I was young, because I couldn't decide anything in my life, what to do, what will I do. And the life gives you a lot of choices for this, and don't scared of them. And I have 3P rules in my life. I'm sure that it will help you too. The first P is principle. You need to have your own principles in life to say no to the things that you don't want to. And you need to have your priorities in your life. And the last one and the most important one is the purpose. Then that you need to find your purpose in your life to do things that you love. And this is really important. To know yourself, there is a Roman quote that I love. It's Noscete ipsum, it means know yourself. You need to know yourself first. With all the tests, there are a lot of tests in the webs. You can find MBTI test and other tests. And if you know yourself, then you will know what you love, what you want to. Even to find out what you don't want to will help you to have a quality life.
This was our pleasure to have you here in this episode. I had a lot of fun. I hope you had a lot of fun as well.
Yes,
so we are always waiting for you here. We are also expecting you to attend our next events as well.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you for coming. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I thank you. I thank you, Demi.
Thank you guys for listening to this episode. I think this episode was different about having a sincere conversation with our host, and also we've learned that we have to think more creatively in our life to have a more professional life after graduation as well, and also that you have to know yourself. So I hope you all know what you want in the university and also what you want in the future. So if you have any recommendation about hosting another host in the next episodes, please tell us in the comments.